the same route. Just I'll be exporting this as FBX. Just come to File, Export, then FBX. You can see here. So click on FBX. So I'll export this in. Let me just go to. Sorry, I want to export it here because I already did this before. So I'm going to export it as a bedroom. You can rename it to what suits you. So bedroom tutorial. So yeah, export it as FBX. So yeah, it's exporting. Why is it taking so long, please? Or probably because I'm overwriting what I exported before, sorry. So let me just go to what I initially want to create. So I have this image here. But it's always nice whenever you want to create a 3D video. It's always nice and okay to have a reference. So it's not as if I'm doing exactly what's here, but I'm using this image as my reference. Like I want my bedroom to have like this kind of texture or shaders, whatever you call it, and this kind of settings. Yeah, and the lighting, I want it to be this, just a normal plain lighting here. Nothing much, there's no sunlight. But in my scene, I want two mode. Like I want this kind of mode and a mode where I will have a sunlight. Probably I'll still have some other like artificial lights. So yeah, this is what we are playing by. And okay, why is this guy still exporting? What's wrong? Sorry. Okay, I think it's done. It has exported as an FBS. I've exported it as an FBS file, sorry. So now you have to come to your 3ds Max. Yeah. So for my 3ds Max, I don't like working with these four, like my viewport. I don't like working with these four viewports because my screen is very small. It's a 15 by 6. So I don't like working like this. So to change that, there is a in yours, because I've kind of adjust my, like I said, my interface here. So in yours, to use different kind of a different kind of viewport, I can just come right here and right click here, then activate this viewport layout tab. So I don't want these four layouts of a thing. So this is it here. You can see this new guy coming in. Then you can just click here. I want a 2. I just 2. Yes, this is what I work with. Just 2 layouts. Like so I'll have my this thing, maybe camera here and where I work here. So I think I'll just reduce this guy and make this on my bigger screen. Then I'll take this guy out again. So now we've exported this our Revit model as an FBS file. So to import it to 3ds Max, I just have to go to File, come to Import. And when you come to Import, you can see here you have the option to link, because I used to use link. I don't use import actually. I use link. You can link, like I said, you can link a Revit file directly, but I'll be using link by FBS because I prefer this option. So link by FBS and go right to, okay, this is the bedroom we exported from Revit as an FBS. So yeah, import it right in. Then check this preset. You can see combined by Revit material. So it's going to like import your model, like in respect to what the material you use for each element in your model. So this is what I want. Then attach this stuff and wait for it to import. You are creating a daylight. Don't mind this guy. Just, I don't know. I just click no. So yeah, cancel this. Then now I've imported this scene. So if you want to get rid of these grids you are seeing, just click on, it's good to know shortcut. Just click on G, letter G. I've forgotten the long cut because I'm very used to shortcuts. So just click G. Letter G on your keyboard is going to cancel out the grids. G again here. So I'm going to delete these guys. I don't need them. delete this camera. Then I'll be working with this. Then this part I'll be using it as my maybe camera. So yeah, the shortcut you can see here, this is the front elevation of what you, yeah, let me just say this is the front elevation. You can change it to whatever you have, perspective, orthographic, top, bottom. So I want perspective. You can see everything is still on wired frame. I don't know if you are coming from Revit or SketchUp, I think you should know this. Still on wireframe. So I don't want wireframe. The shortcut to change it to shaded, because I want it shaded, is to click on F3D. Click on F3D on your listing, and it's going to give you the model in a shaded version. So a shaded version of your model rather. So, and again, I don't like this white background. It's distorting my eyes. To get rid of the white background, just come to default shading. Yes, I think. Then come to viewport background. Then change it to gradients or solid, anyone you like. So yeah, you can see now we've gotten rid of the white background. So now I think you can work with this model now. So now if you are new to 3ds Max, let me just explain a little bit of these buttons or tools that are here. So I think the first place, these are undo tools like Control Z, Control Y. Then let me just explain the tools you'll be needing. This is the move tool, the rotation tool, and the scale tool to scale your component or anything you import. So those are the bad guys you'll be needing to create a lot of things here. And hello, can you hear me?
While I started preparing for this service,
can anyone hear me?
It is in my heart to share along with my as we trust God for.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much. So yeah. Hello, who is that, please?
Please put your.
Because distance is no barrier. Hallelujah. Praise God.
Okay, I think I've gotten rid of that. Yeah. So yeah. So first thing I like to create whenever I import my model in is basically the camera. If you are wondering where the corona of a thing is, that you need, this is the corona toolbars here. These guys here, sorry, the corona toolbars, the tools. As you can see, camera. I think this is camera. This is another camera. Another way you can use to create camera. These are the light. This is the light, sunlight, proxy or whatever. I don't think we'll be using these guys there. Corona has its own inbuilt material too. If you want to use corona material, but I don't use corona material. And yeah, so let's just create camera because there's not much time. So I'm going to go to top. Then to change back to the wired frame, so you'll be able to see like the internal. So you just click on FTD rather to go back to the wired frame. So you'll be able to see where you want to place your camera. So I'll just click on this guy here, create corona camera, to create our camera. So I'll click on it and just drag. Basically the same way you create camera in Revit. I just drag this bad guy here. So yeah, created a camera. So to go to your camera view, like I said, I'll be using this guy, this side here for my camera view. I just click on C, click on this this view, then click on C. That's the shortcut for going to camera view. You can come here, you can see here, then come here and click on camera. So it's the same way, but the shortcut is just click on C on your keyboard to go to the camera view. So as you can see here, we are not seeing much in this. We're just seeing the line, the baseline, I think the ground floor, sorry, the floor, the mass floor. Then yeah, so what we have to do now is to raise our camera up. So click on this camera. You can see the camera here is clicked, but there is nothing going on with it. So to move your camera, you have to click on this move here to move the camera, or you click on W on your keyboard. That's the shortcut to move W. You can see now when I click on W, it gave me this. So I hope you can see me and hear me.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So you go to raise this camera up, you go to the front view, which is just click on F, like I said, F, like, and this camera. So I'm not just raising this camera up. I want my camera to be at a certain eye level, which we all know we have to keep on maintain when creating a 3D visualization. For my interior, I keep my camera height between as low as 900 to 1.5. But for this scene, I'll be using maybe 1.2. So just keep checking your camera viewport here. I'm going to turn this on as shaded. To do that, click on F3, like I said. You can see we are inside. The camera is showing us the interior here. So I'm going to come to top here. So I'll be able to select. How is this? Okay. We are facing this yellow thing that is going about here. This is what do you call it? A snap that has been toggled on by 3DX Mask. So I don't like this thing. So you can toggle it off here. You can see, just toggle it off. Then yeah, I'll click on this camera. Sometimes this camera, I don't know what's wrong with it. It doesn't really click. Like if it's clicked, you see this gizmo on top of this camera. It won't be at the middle of this camera and your target. You can see when I click the target, the gizmo is on top of it. But if I click the camera, I don't know why it's not clicking on it. But to do that, if you are facing the same issue, just come right here. It's camera here. Once you select camera, you can see the gizmo is on top of your camera. Then, okay, I think on top of your camera. Then, like I said, you are using 1.2 or on. So you come to 1, 2, 8. Sorry. And see when I input 1, the camera dropped and the view. You can see how distorted it looks. So just change it to 1. So I'll keep it at that. Then the target. I'll leave the target like this for now. But we are not seeing much of the room yet. We are just seeing this wall here. We are not seeing like a little bit of this window side and this wall. So there's what we call a focal length in camera, like those who handle camera as well. So I'm going to be selecting the camera again and come to this area here. You can see this area here, take it as your friend. You'll be coming to the modify, this guy here, your modify tab. So just come to the modify tab to show you like the settings of your camera and everything. So once you come to this modify tab, you can see now you have a bunch of settings. You have different kind of settings you need to set your camera. So I'll be changing this field of view. It's checked on the field of view. So I'm changing to focal length. So on a focal length, a real life aspect, I think you have from 28 to as high as 80 or something. So, but for us, I think I'll be using, it's always good to use between, for me, I use between 35 mm and 50. 35 and 50, depending. Sometimes I use 80 if I'm creating like a close-up shot. So I'll be using, let's see, 35. You can see it's giving us a wide view, like it's looking like a wide angle lens. Let me just say that here. Looking like a wide angle lens. Well, I don't know. Yes, I think I'm okay with the 35, or let me try 50 because I'm used to 50. I don't know why. 50 is going to reduce it. You can see, if you are looking at this, your camera angle, the lens angle is changing. It's changing 35. Let me switch to 35. You can see it's giving me a wide angle. Then 50 is giving me a smaller like angle. So I prefer the 50. Like I want to use 50 because I want to show you another thing here. So if I'm using 50, maybe I need to move this my camera angle, my camera back, right? So now our camera is outside this model now. We are not seeing the room again. So to do that, to see that you have this option of clipping your camera, like this environment and clipping. Just come to this bad guy here, environment and clipping, enable it. You can show in viewport so you can see the line. There'll be a line here created, so you'll be able to see where you clipped. Let me try 2000 mm. You can see now we are inside. So I think I'm good with this. But I really want to see a little bit of this Windows side. Let me move it back. Okay, yeah, so you can see this. So yeah, I think I'm fine with this view. So if you notice our camera is a little bit distorted. It's not actually a cleaner edge. So if I should off it, you can see now it's a little bit distorted. I don't know if you notice it. So yeah, just click. Oh shit. So just toggle that on. Then I think yeah, we've set our camera. So another thing to take note of is your camera frame. This is your frame. This is not the, if you are to render now, we are not going to get exactly what we are seeing here in this our camera system. So to set that, like our camera frame, our picture frame, needs to go to this guy. So you can, the shortcut is F10. So I should put this, you can see the shortcut F10. So just click on F10 and you click basically. So it's going to bring you here. So we need to change our output size, which is the camera frame here. I'm going to change this to custom. You can see when I'm changing anything here, nothing is really going on with the camera here. So to see what's going on here, we need to toggle on what we call save frames, which is this guy here. Save frames. The shortcut is Shift F. So once you click Shift F, you can see now. So if we have to render, actually, this is what we render out, and we don't want this. So that's why we went to our camera settings here and come to this output size. We've changed it to custom. So now you can actually set what we want here. Maybe our width can be, let's say 1.5. You can see now the thing is changing. You can see. So you can change this to 1.5 too. You see, that's the image aspect is 1:1. 1:1 or 1 rather. So I think, yeah, I'm okay with image aspect of 1 here. I can unlock this and just, whenever I change this to maybe 1.8, the width will be 1.8 too. So yeah, this is what I use most time, guys. So now, okay, let me just explain this part too here. Now, if you notice, our renderer, the renderer we have here is not Corona yet. It's Art Renderer, and we don't want to use Art Render. So you need to change this to Corona. You need to change this Corona. If you not change this to Corona, it will affect your material life, because you will not be able to see Corona in your material when you are setting material or shaders. So I need to change this to Corona. Once you set this Corona, it will change the settings here. Now we are in Corona. We are using Corona as our renderer. So yeah, once you've done that, you can close this guy here. And yeah, basically that's for setting camera and setting your preferred renderer. We will have to reduce this. So now another thing I'll be doing is to maybe my shaders or texture rather. Then I want to create another one, maybe for my lighting. That's basically for my light, which is the artificial light we'll be creating later on, and this corona sky. So I'll be adding this corona sky to this tab here. Just drag and drop. Instance, leave it as instance and okay. So yeah, I'm going to cancel this environment of the thing. So yeah, we have corona sky as our environment. Then if I'm to check if our sky is working, our skylight is working here. Now I have to start an interactive rendering rather, which is the corona. We'll be using corona. We're going to our rendering setup here rather. Come to your rendering setup. Then you can see here general settings. Yours might be like this. Just come to this scene. Make sure this is on corona. Keep repeating. It's on corona. Keep it on corona. Come to this scene. And you can see this start interactive. Yeah, this is the guy we need. You can use this or you use this. You can see it's the same thing, it's basically the same thing. Start interactive rendering. Start interactive rendering. So I'll just hit that. But before I hit that, before you click on this, you can see view to render here. You can see our view to render is set on the orthographic, which is this tab here, or this view we have here that I clicked on, this orthographic. So that's what it's set on. We don't want it to render this. We want it to render this our camera. So you have to change this to Corona Camera 01. Yeah, that's the name of our camera, Corona Camera 01. Then once you change this, lock this. But if you not lock it, whenever you click on or work on this other view, it will automatically switch to this other view, and it will be rendering this other view or making use of this other view on the interactive frame buffer. So yeah, we want to test our light, like I said. So to check that now, we have to run this start interactive. Just click on it to bring out this frame buffer and start rendering a scene for us. As you can see now, it's rendering. Yeah. So if you see, if you go back to our reference here, now, you can see it's a white light. It's not a blue light. This is a blue light. This is a blue light. So we don't want this. It's what on the. It's on journey. It's what on the. Okay, so yeah, so we have to now, we don't want this blue light because it's the white light we want. So to do that, that's why you have to come to this your material, and maybe I should put this here. Yeah, you can reduce this guy. Like I said, I'm working with a small screen. So yeah, so this is your Corona sky. If you not click on it, it's not bring. I'm not sure it will bring you these settings here. So you have to click on it for it to bring you these settings. These settings are meant for this Corona sky. So to change the lighting here, I think I will have to change this turbidity to 2. Sorry, 2. I don't know if there's any changes, not yet. Then yeah, you can see this ground here. In visualization, there are some little tricks that used to happen. Like if you understand how light bounces, yeah. If you notice our sky, the normal sky used to be blue. So when the sky bounces on the ground, like it bounces on the ground and reflects it back. You know, when the sky hits the ground, it reflects it back inside our room here, which is causing this top part here to be blue. You know, the sky is blue, so it's bouncing and making this top part here bluish. So we don't want that. If I should toggle this off, protected by sky, you can see now, if you notice, what is giving us now is not that bluish stuff in our ceiling area. If you can see, I don't know, let this start interactive. If you notice now, it's not really bluish again. It's now like, it's not giving us a white kind of feeling here. So yeah, for this our ground, I want this part to be a little bit brighter. I'm going to change this ground color to white. You can see when I change it to a little bit of white, now our skin, our interior is not really getting brighter. is now taking in the white kind of light we need. So yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Yeah, but if you notice, our sky here is still giving us this blue like this base here, still giving us this blue stuff. And we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. So to treat that, I think you have to connect, probably you have to connect oh, sorry. How is this dragon? So we have to connect this. Let's connect this to a map. Come to map. Corona color correction map. Color correct, yeah. This is what we need. So connect it to this guy. Connect to this guy. So if you notice, nothing is really changing. It's because what we added to our environment is this Corona sky. So you need to add this color correct to the environment instead of the Corona sky we initially added. So I'm going to click on my shortcut 8 to load this Corona, to load this environment tab and connect this. I'm going to change this to this color correct and click on OK. So yeah, nothing is going on yet. But with this color correct, we can tweak this our skylighting to give us our white lights, the white light we need, like probably changing the temperature from here. You can actually use this tone map in here to change the mood or the balance here, but I don't really like changing it here. I don't know why, but I enjoy changing it to this. So I can increase this to maybe like 7,000. Yes. So now you can see there's no the bluish light has reduced 7.5. So yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Although I still feel like in this scene there's a little bit of blue. But yeah, if you want to get rid of it, let's just keep increasing this 8,000 for our white balance. So yeah, I think I'm okay with this. So let me desaturate this again, 0.1. Let's try 0.1 saturation. Oh, sorry, minus. Let me use minus. Minus. Yeah, I think that's. I can. Or should I just return this to 6.5? That's just the thing about it. You just have to play your cards. Anything that works. So I think the saturation works better. Minus 0.2, 0.3. Yeah. So now it's giving us a white. You can see now our lighting here is white. So you can come to this tone mapping and let's just increase this guy to maybe 1. This simple exposure, change it to 1. So yeah, our interior, our scene is now brighter. Yeah, our scene is now brighter. If you are using a later Corona, because I'm using Corona 9, this your tone mapping menu can be a little bit different. I think you won't have some stuff like this ACES OT of a thing, because this ACES OT of a thing is controlling like the overexposed area. And this, if I should toggle it off, you can see now too much exposure here, but it's automatically. But in your own, if you now have it, you can make use of this guy here, highlight compression. If you have Corona 7, 8, or 6 or anything, I think, yeah, I'm not sure you have that ACES OT. So just change to highlight, just toggle this guy on. You have yours automatically here, the highlight of the thing. So you can use this to control the overall exposed area. If I should increase this guy now to from 1 to like 5, feeling or look, but for my own this thing, I'm not really going to be using it. I'll just keep it at 1. I'll just keep it at 1. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I think right now we can just go to. I'm working in the orthographic mode. I don't want to. I want perspective mode. So you can just click on P. You change it to your perspective mode. So with P, we are at a perspective mode. And I don't like the way my interface is rotating. It's not, so you can change that here, this part here, link here, this orbit here. I think here I work with this. So yeah, I think I should rotate now. Still giving me this. I don't want it. If you want to get rid of this circle, you can just right click on it so that you get rid of it. So I don't want to. Okay, yeah. I think I can now rotate better now. So yeah. So now, like I said, we are creating like artificial lighting for this in this our ceiling, because I have a recessed part here. We have to create a line light. So to create a line light, I'll be going to top, then click on my FTD to give me the wireframe. You can see this part is the recessed part. You can see this line here. It's dark, but it's auto saving. Don't mind it, it's auto saving. You can escape it if you don't want to, but there's no time. Escape, you can see successfully interrupted. Then let's just create our line lights and start importing, because there's no much time again. Sorry for. So to create lights, the artificial light, just come to this guy here. You can see create corona lights, click on it. Your corona toolbar might not be here, it might be at this left side here. Doesn't really matter. I just enjoy putting mine there. Yeah, so just come to this guy, corona, look for corona light in there. Then now we have a corona light here. So you don't want, you can see, come to the, you see this shape, you can see it's unfair. You don't want fair, change it to rectangle, because you are creating a line light. Change to rectangle and draw. Just draw the guy. So it's not drawing stuff to that. So you can actually increase the width here and the height, which is the length and breadth of the stuff, of the light rather. So sorry, what's going on? Okay. So I want to use maybe the length to be 50. I don't know. Then the width, which is this guy here. I think it's 4,000. The width of this room. I don't know. No, it's not to 4,000. So W to move our light. I want to position it to be in the center of this area. Okay. So click on this light and move. I think yeah. Now, so if you notice, our light is not on the on top of the ceiling yet. It's still on the ground, on the floor here, on this slab here, and we don't want that. I'll just change this my view here to left. Click on L to left. If you click on R, the shortcut R is not for right here. I think it's for to scale here. If you click on R, so it won't go to the. So you only have the option of going to L left. So I'm going to drag this light up. You can see it here. I'm going to drag it up here. Yeah. It is ceiling part. Yeah. So yeah. So now if I should start interactive rendering now, you should be able to see, you can see now our light is on. Our light is on. You can see our light. So yeah, I want the light to be there. Then I'm just cancel bed frames, light, this guy here. But I don't think I don't have this kind of light, but I have something similar to that. So like I said, we are not creating something exactly like this, but at least you are creating something of this mode. So yeah, let me just bring in our bed. I don't know, there's a bed here. So yeah, I'm going to bring this bed in. Match. So just drag it and match. Open. Wait for it to load. Okay. Yeah. Our bed is here. So I'll drag our bed. Our bed is here. What else do I want to load? Curtain. So yeah. That's a curtain. There's the Corona version for this curtain. Because actually this bed, I don't have the Corona version. It's the V-Ray version, but it doesn't really matter. You can convert any V-Ray model or component to a Corona component. So I'm going to drag in the curtain to match. So wait for it to load into our scene. Okay. So yeah, I'll drop the cutting to what else? I think I need light frames. Okay, I'll be using these lights here. Yeah. Drag these lights in. So basically I'm just importing all the modules I need. So yeah, all the components I need rather to make up our scene. So wait for it to load. I don't know why my PC is slow today. Probably because it has been heated. What's going on? So if you are wondering, a little bit of if you are wondering where to get models, I used to get my models on Telegram. If you notice where I'm dragging in my model, you can see Telegram desktop. I used to download my models from Telegram. I think of recent, Amigo posted some in the Amigo group. Well, yeah, Telegram. Just join different kind of group. You can see this is one of the group I'm in. So 3ds Max library, I have 3D line. So I just download components here. I have 3ds Max library. I think I have, they're just 3ds Max library here now. If you don't have any model, you can message them. You say, I need a Gaussian tree. Anybody that has it, we send it to. So yeah, this is where I get my models from Telegram. So yeah, okay, our light is in now. Then what else do we need? We need rug or carpet, and then or rug, carpet, and then let's go back to the frame here. So and this, I don't think I have a rug or carpet downloaded in this. Let me just go to the, yeah, I think I have what am I looking for here? Carpets, yeah. So, I don't know which one I'll be loading in. Yeah, let me bring this guy in. So basically, I'm just importing. I don't know why this is taking time. You will just drop. I have to be fast with this. On the video model frame. I need some frame. Yeah, maybe I'll use these picture frames. But it's kind of similar to what we have in our initial or reference image. So I'm going to drag this in frame. So yeah, I think we have basically all we need to create this scene now. So yeah, if you notice, if I should go to perspective now, yeah. I should go to perspective now and FTD. All these our components here, they didn't come with their texture or material. So they didn't come with any of their texture or material. So you do that, because if I render, this is how to just look, they will be blank, they will look blank and nothing. Because this frame, when I import it, if I import it, they have like pictures. You can see this is how they look initially, but when we imported it, it's giving us a blank. To adjust that or to correct that, to fix that, why is my PC hanging today? No. Okay. So to fix this, I have a hand in 3ds Max. You have room to install or download some plugins that will aid your workflow to be faster, like to make your work faster. So you have room to do that. So I use I don't know why this is like this. How can I hide this? I don't want this to work. But if you can, file missing. So to link this, to relink this, like for the cutscene now, let me do an example for the cutscene now. I have to select shift, to click on the first place, then shift. This are for the cutscenes also. So I used to do this. When I click this, then I go to parts, then set parts, and I have to go to where my cutscenes where I loaded my cutting from, which is I think sorry, yeah, it's there. Thanks, Gordon. Yes, documents, 3D models. So you can see how long I'm like I have to click and click and click cuttings. What cutting did I load in? Cutting 01 or something. You can see now I've even forgotten. I think this guy here. I've even forgotten where, but just look for the file. Just look for where you have the model. Then once you have that, then you click on use part. It's going to look for if you click OK, it's going to look for the texture. You can see now it's because I didn't get where I picked the cutting from. That's why I didn't load it. So, but yeah, I'm used to this Relink big map. I'll just click on this. You can see it will load me all the missing file map. Then I'll just come click on browse. I know that okay, yeah, I got my cutting and some other models from this my TPD new folder. I'll just click on this, then wait for it. Ah, God, why is it slow? Wait for it to bring me these 3D new models and just select folder, then relink. I'll wait for it to search for whatever map I missed in that folder. So it's going to look for it for me, then relink them. And I got some from my Telegram, this Telegram desktop, everything. Then yeah, relink. You can see now the textures or the maps, my component. You can see now no missing file again. So everything is cleared now. You can see all the textures are in. All the textures are in. So we are basically done with that. Sorry. Sorry, sorry, please, I have to. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Please, can you guys give me 5 minutes? I have to do something. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for this. I'm really sorry. Uh, sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, God. Okay, sorry for the stop. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So yeah, now we've gotten almost, yeah, basically all the texture we lost on our components. So I think I have to keep loading them. I have to start loading them in. There's not much time. F3, then just drag this cutting inside. So to rotate, shortcut is E. E on your listing, or you click on this guy here to rotate. So if you notice, when we are rotating, it's giving us a bunch of random digits, 5.8, and I don't want this. I don't want this. So you can actually rotate from here and just set it to 90. You can see. Actually rotate. Well, I don't, to be fair, I don't really use here. I don't really use this guy here. I enjoy using the gizmo to rotate. So I'm going to show you that now. So let me set it back to 0. Click on this. So, but for you to cancel out the random number, you have to toggle on this snap. This guy here, toggle it on. Then now, if I'm going to use the rotate now, you can see it's giving me like reasonable numbers, 90, 85. So we want 90. Then change to move W to move our button. So this our window area here. I think it's close to the wall already. Yep. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Sorry, please. God. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, let me go on. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
You can see my screen?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Zoom here. Is he responsive?
Yes, you're moving the cursor.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So yeah, our curtain is here. And what else do we need to load in? Our bed. Let's move this guy in. If you notice, our bed is kind of like the stuff, the components here, they are entering each other, and I don't want that. So to just adjust that. If you notice, the old stuff in the bed is moving as a whole component. So to get into into selecting all these components here, they are like this component. What's happening right now is this component is grouped. They are grouped. So come to this group. Once you click on it, come to this group. Then click on our group to open the group. Once you click on our group, you'll be able to select. You can see now we are able to select each components are here now. So now with this, I'll be what's going on. So now we have this guy here. So you can see, don't just click on convert here because it's going to basically convert everything. And I don't want that. I want it to convert only this selected component. So you can see a material of selected objects only. So I'm going to click on that and click on convert. So I'll wait for it to convert. Now you can see conversion finished. Let's convert it to a corona. Let's convert this the wrapped up map that is here to a corona material. So we don't have any issue while when rendering out the stuff. I think this rock 2 is a V-Ray material, and these lights we have here. So let's just move this light into. So I want to have the light like this. Then come to front, to drag it up. To drag it up to our ceiling. I think this is where our ceiling stopped. Yeah. But you notice the light is kind of too down. I don't want it to be too down. It's too down. But that's how our components. But there's a way you can fix or amend your components here. So this component to adjust like this this wire that is holding this pendant of the thing. So you just click on your components, then or probably let me convert this to a Corona or this thing to materials convert. So that's converted. So now, so I just this. I don't want to use scale because there's a way you can scale down your component. Well, you see, that's distorted the shape of your this thing. I don't want that. So let me Control Z. So there's a way you can re-edit. So in this 3 years, you need sometimes you need to know a little bit of modeling. Should I say modeling? Yeah. So once you click this guide, because to me, I feel like it's grouped. It's grouped. I want to get out of this. Let me change to move. I want to get out of this scale. So come to group. Let's ungroup this. Sorry, open rather. Want to ungroup. So you can see now we are able to select lamp from IKEA. So you come to this modify tab. Once you come to this modify tab, let's adjust this row or whatever it is, like loading this light. I want to shrink it. So you can select, you can see this selection here. There's vertices, there's edge, there's border, there's polygon, there's elements. But to me, this rope and this stuff looks like an element to me, like a complete element. So it's the element we'll be making use of. You can see so it has already selected the rope for us. Well, if it doesn't select, you just have to click on it to select it for you. So we want to shrink. So with this, I can be able to shrink this rope with this my scale button. So I'll just onto this scale. So I want to shrink only the scale, not the how is this dragging scale. So I'm going to scale. So you can see it's only the y-axis I'm moving. I'm not moving the x. So I want to only scale down using the y. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Then don't be bothered, you can see it's not moving. Then I'll now use move to move this down closer to our pendants. Yeah. Light here. So now I'm okay with this. Now get out of this guy. So can now come here and okay, before we go there, I think there's a light in here. But this light to me is not a Corona light, although we've converted this whole component to a Corona stuff. Well, yeah, the light will work actually in your rendering, but sometimes you might feel like changing the light to a Corona because this light here is a very light. I don't know. Let me try to select the light. It's a very light. So to change it to a Corona light, I want to draw. Okay, it's not selecting. There's another trick for you to be able to select just like you see this view here. Oh, sorry, no, this all here filter, selection filter. So you can change it to light. So meaning that you want to select only light. You can see now anything you select with. If you select this, it's not going to select. If I select a light, you can see this light we drew here is selecting. So yeah, you can use that to select just light. So now this light here, okay, it has converted the light to Corona light. So maybe probably I'll just leave the light because if I come to modify, but it's still a very light though. So let me just leave the light because there's no time. But for you to change it, or should I just delete? For you to change it, a quick way I just do is okay, I look for the height, I look for the height of where the light. You can see the height of the light is around 1926. Like so, I'll be able to position my light, the new light I want to draw exactly at this spot. 1926. I just click on this, Control A, Control C, copy, then delete this light, delete. Then I'll go to top. Because the light was due here, I'm going to draw a new Corona light. Corona light, don't forget, change is the rectangle we used earlier. You're using sphere. So use sphere to draw. Just drag and draw here. That's nice. Then go to front. You see, our light is not there yet. So this is where our light is. So change to W to move. Now, if you remember, we copy the height of our lights here earlier. So just paste it, Ctrl V. You can see our light is now at the same spot. We deleted the gray light. So yeah, I'm okay with this light. Then now I'm going to attach this light to this group, to the group of this pendant or whatever it is. Click on the light, come to this group. So we are clicking on the light only, come to the group. Oh, before you do that, if you notice, we've changed our selection to lights only. So you have to change it to all. So we are still on the light here. Then come to this group, attach, then click on the lights here. Why is that? Okay. Take this group now. So now, okay, yeah, it's now attached. So if I should close the group, they should move together. Oh no, it's not moving. Ctrl Z. Let's see. Lights. Attach. Now it's attached. It's now attached to this pendant light. So if I should move this pendant light up now, the light will move with it. So that's what I want. So it's no time. So this is 9 already. Okay, yeah, you can see now the light is moving. Yeah, so I think at this height, I'm fine with my pendant light at this height. So yeah, what else? Once we import the frame here and our carpets, I can just go to top and bring the rug in. The rug too is a very material. I just convert. Well, I think I've converted it. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with converting it again. Convert. So bring this guy in. It's too small. But you can scale it. Scale. W. Hello. Can you still see me or hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So you move this. So okay, I think I'm okay with this. You can still, depends, you can still scale this guy a little bit. I think I'm fine with this. I think I'm fine with this rather. So yeah, and for the frame, come to front. This frame, they grouped it because of I think the wood around it. They have, if I should F3 now, I'll be able to see it. You can see this one frame has a white wood around it. But I'm going for the black. This one is kind of brown. This one is the gray or something. This is the black. So I'm going for the black. I'm deleting all these ones. I don't need these guys. So, and again, the frame is kind of a little bit too much for me. So the frame 2 is grouped. You can open it. Open. Then probably delete these 2 guys underneath. Yeah, I'll be deleting these 2 guys and this one. Okay, I've deleted the group with it, so you can always group it. There's nothing wrong with it. So you can always regroup. You can always regroup the frames. So I'll be able to move them together. Group frames. And yeah, maybe to top to move them inside. So yeah, this guy here. So if you, like I said, if you know shortcuts, F to front, so that's basically what I'm using to switch my viewport. So yeah, maybe I'll move it a little bit up. Yeah, this guy, if you need to tweak anything, so I'm going to move this to guys a bit, then select this again and pick the curtain. So now this is the curtain settings. Now you can see now the curtain now it also have, you can see all this yellow guy. So I prefer not messing with all this from the beginning with all the fall-offs and everything, color correction. So I like going to the end where they meet with the initial initial element, or rather, you can see here now, this yellow is meant for this base, the base of this curtain. You can always track them. Then this other lighter yellow, I think it's meant for, if I should zoom in, let me change. There's a way you can zoom in your camera without messing with your camera. So that's by coming to this plus sign here. Come to this plus sign. You see this 2D pan zoom mode. Change it to the 2D pan zoom mode. Then you'll be able to zoom. You can see now you're able to zoom in. You're able to zoom in closer to you without distorting or distorting your camera lens, or camera focal length. Yeah. So now you can see the next texture is this guy here, this line here. So we don't want this. And the last texture, which is this guy here, is this one. So this one, you can click on this color correction map. You can see it's color correction map we used to. So with this guy, we can always desaturate or even change it to monochrome, which is black and white, but I don't want that. I want to desaturate it totally to give me the black and white. If this guy too, I'm going to desaturate this guy too, to mean that I'm taking out almost all the color in it. You can see when I desaturate it, it's giving me basic. It's giving me the black and white effect, or probably you can always change to monochrome, black and white. Like, so if we change to monochrome, it give you black and white. Same thing. So then the last guy, which is this yellow guy here, is the same thing we are doing. You click on the color correction, then desaturate it. You can see now what's going on. Okay. When we desaturate, there's still this yellow. Let's just change to monochrome. Yeah, I think monochrome is better. Monochrome, which is black and white, then come to advanced and make it a little bit lighter. I don't want it to be that dark. Although all these changes I'm making are meant to be referencing, I'm meant to toggle my interactive mode on, so I'll be able to see what's going on with my texture when I'm going to render it out. But why I'm just doing this is because these are actually work. Because if I'm using interactive mode with all these components, before the stuff render finish, like it's going to slow down my interface. I don't have like a very, very, very powerful computer like that. You get? So that's why I'm actually applying all the texture. Then when I do the interactive rendering, I can just come back to it and adjust the material. So that's why I'm working this way. So everybody works the way it suits them. So yeah. So I think we are done. You can exit this to a pan zoom now. You can see we are still zooming. So to exit it, just click on this. You can see now 2D pan zoom. Click on it and exit. So it's back to now. You can see we have a white cutting and the gray and dark cutting. So the other thing we need to do now is this our lights here. You know, I told you we work with a little bit of artificial light rather. So these are our bedside lights. We want to, I don't think there's lights in it. See, there are sometimes the lamps, the components you have, where there's no light in it. And if I'm to use, you can actually use corona lights, draw a corona light and apply it to it. Or I don't want to go that route, but I want to show you another way to do lights. Because sometimes you can model a light line, like a curve or something like that, like a regular shape lights like that, and you want that to give you a light or something, or you have a 3D font or logo that you want to apply. Okay, we have 9 minutes before this ends too. That you want to apply light to. So to do that, yeah, let's go to do that for these our lights here. You have to come to this light. Probably I'll just isolate this bed. To isolate, you see this guy here, isolate selection, or you use Alt Q to isolate. So meaning that you want to only work on what you select. So yeah, isolate, just click on it. I think it's on Revit, it's on a lot of them. Yeah. So I'll be able to see what we are working on. Then F3D for our texture to come back. So we want to work on this our light here. Because you can see now there's no texture, there's no light coming out from it. So now click on this. Open the group, then we want to work on this light. Probably I think this is where the light comes out from. So this is what we want to work on. Then since we've selected the lights, come back to this modify. The same thing we did with our pendant lights, whereby we tweak the rope or whatever. That's the same thing we want to do. So we want to like detach this part. So I'll be able to add material, like a light material to it. So that's what I want to do. So to do that now, we've selected, we come to modify, then you come to this. You can see now, we have, you know, the other time we selected element, which is like pretty much selecting like the whole, if it's a cylinder, it's going to select all the cylinder, which is a full element. But if it's this guy here, polygon, it's going to select the face. Like if I use polygon for this, it's going to select the face that form this round. So that's what we are using, because this is just a circular flat face. Yeah, click on it, and I'm going to click on this here. You can see now it's already selecting this ring here. So with this now, I can detach. So you come to where's detach. I can detach this. So yeah, we've detached this is the guy here. We've detached it. To get that, just come out of this. You can see now. See, it has been detached. So it's not. It's separated from the actual light. So why we did this, because we want to apply. If I don't do this, if I just apply material, everything here with the rope or whatever it is, the wire here, everything will change. The material will be light material. So to now create that light material, I want to apply. Come to material. So you can see now I group this to light. So I'm going to create, right click, or maybe I just come here. Scroll up. You can see Corona light material. Drag this guy in. So this is what we need. So for me, I like increasing this intensity to the max, probably 50. Because I will later work with reducing it if it's too much when I want to render. So I don't, sometimes I just increase it to 50. Then this material here, select it. Then make sure you've selected the light, then apply. You can see assign material to selection. You can see now that's assigned. So yeah, we are done with that guy. So the same thing we have, you can see we have another light here, but I don't want to do that. Probably I'll just click on this. Probably I'll group this light with his body. How is this charge? Okay, click on this too. So I'm adding a group inside a group, so you can always do that. Think to be able to do that. Yeah, group. I don't know why it's not possible. But you know what? Probably I'll just close. Be able to do that, like open in the group, open. Be able to do that, but I don't want to waste our time. Should be able to do that. Talk. Because I don't want to start selecting again here, but let me just do that because I don't know why. Because you should be able to group in a group. So I'll do the same thing here to this guy. But I can't just have one light on. But you can do that because I think to make it realistic enough, like having one light on and off. So come to this guy. You have 5 minutes left for these 40 minutes. So yeah, select this guy again, then just assign. Hey, you can see now, this is what I'm saying. You see, when I select this, I didn't detach. You can see now all the lights here now are now a light material, and I don't want that to Control Z. So detach. So it has detached. So now I cannot get out of this. So now select this and apply our light material. So yeah. So we can get out of our group. Oh, I think why the stuff didn't group earlier was because when I detach, it's detached entirely from this group. It detached entirely from this group. That's why I didn't detach. So I have to attach it to this group. So that's what happened. That's why it didn't group with this guy, because they are in different group. Like meaning that this light I selected is outside this group. So that's why I didn't detach. So if I'm to, so yeah, it's now grouped with this thing. So I'll do the same thing with this guy because if I want to move anything now to affect it. So yeah, okay. That's what I'm saying now. Click on this. Oh, I still have a lot of shaders to take. So do. You're not meant to spend this much time to create this simple symbol. It's fine. Good. group it bedside to whatever bedside lights. Group and close. You can close the group now. Then you can end the isolation here. So yeah, we are good with that. So now I want to add a texture to the wall and so your ground floor, this sorry, I said caps, skirting and your ceiling. So for the ceiling, I'll just leave it as the basic shader. Still basically the same thing. Just have to move. So I'm coming back to this shader. So to create our wall texture is auto saving again. This guy, man. There's a way you can adjust your autosave. I think mine is on 30 minutes interval. Probably that's right. So there's a way you can adjust it to 1 hour or even not autosaving, but yeah, it's fine if it's autosave because 3ds Max is funny. It can cancel on you anytime, just like Revit and SketchUp. Bad guys. So so what we want to do now is create another a material for our wall. So for the wall, I can decide to use PBR material, but yeah, I won't do that for the wall, yeah, because of render time and some other things. But yeah, it doesn't really matter if you use. Well, I'll be using just this basic material here, Corona material, then just tweak my reflection, maybe 0.3. You know, your wall, everything in has a little bit of reflective glossiness or whatever you call it in visualization. So glossiness can be 0. I use 0.5 or even go low. So because these guys here, the more you use it, the longer your render time. So that's the thing. So for this my wall, I don't want it to just be flat. You know, there's nothing with it. We didn't add anything, no PBR material. So what I used to add on my own, if I'm using this plain stuff for my wall, is I come to general and add noise as to my bump to give me that, you know, now all those bumpy effects. So I use noise. Yeah, that's what I use. I use noise just as apply it to my bump. You can see now if you are looking at this guy here, you can see it's giving me this bumpy feeling. So they are too big. Okay, let me select my wall. So let me show you selected. Okay, our wall is selected. And I can now assign this guy. Or even rename it to wall. So there's nothing wrong with naming your shaders. So it's good. We are looking for them. So we've assigned this to our wall. So I don't want our wall to be white. I want it to be a little bit gray. Light gray. And yeah. So for this noise, the noise is kind of too much. If I'm to render it, you will see, you will notice it's too big for. So to reduce this, you have to reduce. You know, like people are like actually. Welcome back. When people are not coming in. Oh, well, amigo, you are there now. This thing is too long like this. You know, too long like this. After the everything, I think I'll just move to rendering because I just want to add texture to the ground, to my wall and the ceiling. That's all. That's all. I'm not doing anything again. Because actually I've rendered out the stuff, so I'll just send that to the group. They're already coming in back. They are coming in back. Yeah. Yeah. They are coming in back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, boss.
You're welcome. Okay, I think we are 6 now. Probably when we get to 8 again. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So
Please, what of those that
I think we are 7 now.
hello?
Hello, yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, please, what of we that we have missed the part 1 and 2 classes? How can we get it? Is there a recording?
Okay.
All right.
So please, how are we going to get the recording, please? All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So yeah, we were trying to create a shader for our wall. So yeah, like I said, to do that now, we stopped at where we were trying to adjust the noise to get to not to make our wall blank or flat. I see 63. It's too big. I think I used to use 0.0, so you can see 0.03 or something, 0.03 or 35. So I used to use between 0.05 and 0.03. Yes, so it depends. So 0.03, let me just use 35 here. So it's okay. You won't see any effects right now. Is when you are rendering or doing interactive rendering, you will be able to notice every material you're applying. So yeah, for now, I'll say we are done for the wall. We are done with the wall rather. Then I'll just move to the floor here. So I'll be able to explain how to import like PBR materials and other things. So I'll create another Corona Legacy material. You can use physical material, but I am used to, this is like legacy material. So now I want to create a floor. For this floor now, to import PBR material, I think I have some texture. Let me just go to the texture. I already selected the floor. I wanted to use this herringbone paraquet flooring here. So I believe everyone knows websites where they get PBR materials from. Okay, so now I want to load all these PBR materials. So there's a way you can actually select everything and load, but you need plugin. I'm yet to get the plugin yet. So I basically just load it one after the other. This for the base color. I'm going to be using the normal map. Yeah. Okay. The PBR materials, like I said, I got most of my components on Telegram, like all these groups. Sometimes they drop PBR materials, like quality materials, especially this 3D line. So some of these Telegrams will drop material, or you go to websites like polygon.com and Polyhaven. A lot. There are a lot of, just search for an ambient CG. Yeah, you have a lot of websites you can get free PBR material. So yeah. Let me keep importing them. So this is an AHO material. I like importing AHO. MPA is the same thing. That and yeah, it's basically the same thing. Like the new, I'm using a newer version of Corona, which is Corona 9. I think starting from Corona 7 or 6, they kind of like separate Corona physical, and this is their new setting for Corona material. Corona physical. This legacy is the actual Corona material. You get, so meaning it's the old like setting. So yeah, you can use. Let me just drag this physical material in. You can see now it has even more stuff to plug into it. Yeah, and it also comes with presets, just like V-Ray. You can see now, instead of creating some other stuff like glass, the glass I did, I had to input one in reflection, refraction. With this Corona physical, you can just come to presets and just click on glass. There are different kinds of glass, iron, plastic. So you can just click on any of these presets to, you can see if I should click and you can see now metal. So you just load it. So that's just the advantage of this physical material. It's basically the same, but for me, I'm used with the legacy because I came from the older, older Corona material. So we are all used with this legacy of the thing, but it's the same thing. So let me just keep importing my PBR materials here. So we've imported the diffuse map, the normal map for the bump. We need to import our roughness here. Yeah, I think and the AO, I like importing this AO. It used to give me a little bit of effects that I love. Because I think it's the depth map here. AO is the depth map. It used to give you all this imperfection on your surface. So with this diffuse, this is our reflective. So just plug this reflective to these are glossiness or reflective glossiness here. Then this your bump, this your normal map. You don't just plug normal map to bump directly. It won't give you what you want. To even like give you an error message when rendering. So for this, you have to plug it into a Corona normal. If I should come to maps here now and go to not general, I don't want to go to general. It's not that general. We are going on to Corona general. So yeah, you can see this Corona normal. You have to plug your this bump if you have this kind of bump. But if your bump is this your normal, if it's black and white, if your bump is black and white, you don't really need to plug it in normal. But if it's this kind of effect, this color, you need to plug it into a Corona normal map. So plug it to a normal. Then once you plug it to this normal, don't forget to add gamma to input. Check this. So once you check this, now plug. You cannot plug it to your bump. If you don't do that, it won't like respect your texture way, and again will give you an error message whenever you're trying to render. So even pinpoint it for you that you need to add gamma to input. You'll see it in your frame buffer when you're trying to render. So yeah, these are AO. So for the diffuse, these are AO. For the diffuse now, you can just plug this to the diffuse, but I don't want to plug it directly though, because I like mixing my diffuse with this AO. So now I need this guy, Corona mix map. This guy, Corona mix. You can always get it from me. This is it here too, but I'm used to this right click. So yeah, I will plug this my diffuse map at the bottom. Then I'll plug. I have to delete. I don't want to plug it directly. Then this is my AO map. I can actually just copy my AO, my old shift, copy it because I want to add it to this additional bump. So this to give me, just try to notice this. You can see this now. If I should add this to additional map, you can see now it's giving me a well-detailed flow. Again, you can see that a little bit of addition is, I just want it. So that's why I like the AO map though. So now I like adding it to with mixing it to my diffuse tool by adding this to the top. I used to add it to the top here. Then click on this corner mix. Then I will change this mix operation to multiply. It's just like a Photoshop. I don't know, you will have come across all this. We are using Photoshop, but so you mix. So once you mix it, to change it for you. Should change. Or did I apply it wrongly? Should change it. And I used to reduce this mix amount because sometimes it's too much. Reduce it to like 0.3. 0.3. Then input it directly to my diffuse. It's not meant to be like this. I think, okay. No, not miss. It's multiply I used to use. Sorry. My bad. It's multiply, this guy here. Multiply, not mix. It's multiply I used to use. Now it's giving me what I want. So I use multiply. And again, if you notice in our reference, we have like a white and black effect, and our ground is not actually white and black. It's kind of a faded brown or whatever. So, and this guy is really, really dark. I don't want it like this. So yeah, we are done with this. So now I want to add color correction maps. So that's basically how I just play with my materials. I keep adding and adding and adding to give me what I want. So general, sorry, I have to go to maps rather. I don't know. I'm not really used to this kind of thing. I'm used to UI click. That's why I'm making this error. Look for color correction. Yeah. Color correction, plug it into in between. Let's drag. Under the wire and connect. Okay, yeah, now just plug into it. So with this color correction, I can now turn this down, maybe reduce the saturation, because in our initial stuff, it looks faded. Now it's giving me a darker, reduce the saturation, then come to this advanced. And probably, you know, earlier we used to use this RGB and gamma. I'm going to use both actually. So probably I want my RGB to be around 150 to lighten up. I don't want it to be dark here. To lighten it up, or even 165. Yeah, and increase gamma a bit to 1 point. Connected to and assign the material. Oh no, we click on Ctrl Z. So we want to click on our floor here and assign the material. So yeah, this is your reflection now. There's no map actually, so you can just let me turn this down to 35 or 30 rather say. Then reduce this reflective glossiness to maybe 50. Just watch this guy. You see a little bit of all this I'm doing. I'm meant to be doing it while running my interactive rendering because there's no time, so that's why I'm running it in. So yeah. Just play around with it. Sure. Or should I use 35? Yeah, I should increase this guy to 7. You can see now this part is getting lighter. Like light is touching that, but once light touch it, this is the kind of feeling effect it will give. That part will be lighter. You know now, highlights, the lightest part is highlights on the shadow. Darker part. So that's just I'll just keep this at 0.8. So yeah, I think I'm fine with my floor for now. Then what else? The ceiling, probably I will copy this because this is what I want to use for my ceiling. Shift. Let's go down shift and drag. Should copy. I don't know why my system is freezing. So shift and drag. This is for our ceiling. Select our ceiling, click, sign. Can make it lighter. Because in our the ceiling is kind of lighter than the wall. You can see our reference. Can make it white. Then this is our skirting we have here. Can copy this guy again too and make it, but our skirting in our reference is dark. Can make it gray. Yeah. Then assign. So we've assigned it to our the kind of outcome you're getting. So you can click here to get your interaction instead of going through the route of clicking on F10 and selecting. So this is the like quicker way. Just click on this to bring out our. You can see now. So this is what we are getting for now. And everything is dark. Maybe there's not enough sunlight, and this light is too. You can always. I think I will increase the brightness to 4. So it's too bright. Yes, try this light. So we just play with it. 3D. Yeah. 3D. I think I will add. I want to add sunlight to this. To this, but you can see our range, our this is coming out. So we just need to reduce the lighting, and this light basically is the light. So for me, I don't go through the route of selecting the light and adjusting it there. I just go to my render setup F10 and use what we call light mix. Light mix. You can see the set of lightings. So this we will like group all the lights I have in my scene into different parts. The environment, we have sunlight to group it into. So I'll be able to, even if I render out my final image, I'll still be able to edit the light there by giving it any. Well, let's just try it and see what I mean. But before I do it, I said I want to introduce sunlight to my scene. I know we don't have it in our reference, but like I said, I want to have like 2 different or even 3 modes. But yeah, this is to add sun. This is Corona sun. Great. Just click it. Great. Corona sun. Then once you click, your cursor should change to this plus sign. Then just place it anywhere. So yeah, place it anywhere. You'll be able to adjust it later by clicking on front. Let me just adjust it. You can see this target now. I want to move it inside. Yeah, as sun should come in. So if I do, should do interactive rendering. You can see sunlight is now coming in. It's hitting the best spread. You can see the best spread, the bed, the pillows on the ground here. So the sunlight is coming in. So yeah. And for the sunlight, so I want to have like just white. Just click on this sunlight. I want to have just this white effect for the sunlight. Because basically our scene is white. So I want to have white. I can adjust it to be more warmer in my light mix. So now, since I have the sun now, I can now add, sorry, with my F10, let's go back to our scene setup here. So now, set up light mix. Set up light mix. See, the thing about light mix is it's a little bit of your RAM share. So that's just the thing about light mix. When you're setting it, just be careful. So if you have too much light in your scene, be careful about it. Although it will group it for you, but yeah, generates. So we already have light mix. Now if I'm to render, if I'm to start interactive rendering now, you see now. So okay, yeah. So as you start interactive rendering now, you can see here, if you come here now, you'll be able to see this option, light mix. If you don't use light mix, or if you've not set this light mix up, it won't give you this option of environment, map, light, everything. It won't give you. You just see it's blank. You get, but because we set this up. Sorry, you set this up, you'll be able to see all these guys here. So if I should, let's say for instance, I toggle off this, you can see now our light behind it has gone. Light 2 has gone. So for this object, you can see our light here for this object. As you click it, they are gone too. Okay, now there's another one for this object too. The other one to have gone. It's gone now. You get, so now we only have like sunlight and you can even toggle off your corona sun. See now, we really have our normal skylight that we wanted initially. So with this, you can see now with this light mix, you'll be able to play around with how you want to use your lights or how to create. With this, you'll be able to create a nice scene, a scene with sunlight that is entering your bedroom, and it's a scene with just skylight. So with this, you'll be able to create 3 different variations of the scene. So yeah, it is nice to have. So I'm going back to this post because this is the scene we are working by Probably I'll just increase this exposure to 4. There's nothing wrong with it. 4. Yeah, 4. Then I used to use this lookup table too sometimes, LUT. So with LUT, you can be able to add a little bit of filter. I think I use this guy. But yeah, I don't want it. It's too much. 0.3. I'm good with 0.3. Yeah, 0.3. So basically, that's it. Our scene is set already. Really, you want to do some little paparazzi. So here's how you just render. Probably I might need to turn down this my ceiling part. It's too bright, but you can always do this when you are doing post-production in Photoshop. So you don't need to do everything here. You get, so you can always do that in post-production. So I think we are good to go with rendering. To be fair, we are good to go with rendering. So for me, if I want to render out, there are some certain settings you need to know to render out a scene. So you don't just render out like this. There are a lot of people that complain, oh, I render and it's not sharp or it's not clear, something like that. So let me just explain this, because this is what you need to render out a scene. You have this progressive rendering limit. You can use pass limit to render. So if you set 100 pass limit, your scene will render for that 100 pass limit before it cancels or stop rendering rather. If you use light time limit, if you set 2 hours, you can see hours, minutes, seconds. If you set 2 hours, your scene will render for 2 hours before it starts denoising or something. And we have this other option, noise level limit. This is the guy I use. This is my guy. Noise level limit. I use noise level limit for interior scene. I use a noise level limit of 3 to 5, depending. 3 to 5. 3 and 5, you are good. Between 3 and 5, I think you are good because the owner denoiser is actually big. So with this, after I said this, but let me return this time limit to 0. Then for my noise level limit, I'll be using 3 points, even 4. I'm good with 4. So like I said, I use between 3.5 and 4. Then now, what I'm doing now is like set I love adding this. That's if I have lights. Like try this bedside light. I should toggle it on object 1 to give me a kind of effect that, like when you snap, when you take a shot of your light in your room, your camera like glare. This is what I want. See this spark? I like it. So to get that, just toggle on this room and glare. But it's too much. You can if there's no spotlight in this our scene, so I think it's always good to have it in the spotlight. So you can reduce it. 15 is too much. 5. I should bring it down. So that's just the benefit of this, advantage of this, or the use of this room and glare rather. So yeah, you can always change. Even this same, you can always copy it. Let's copy it to be more 1. This guy to be more 1. So yeah, sun. I can add the sun. Close the cancel it. So you can just you can play around with this light mix to get different kind of move. You can even lower your sun intensity. You can lower your environment intensity and change the warmth to be more cold, meaning that you are getting to an evening mood. You get so. But whenever I render this out, I will send. Although I've rendered this kind of scene out, so I will send the outcome to in the group to just see the outcome of our class. So thank you for joining this class, and I think with this I'm done with the class here. Hello, is there anybody in the So we are done. Yeah.
Hello.
Does anybody have a question? Hello? Yeah.
Yes, so please, I want to ask, what's the noise level you can use for exterior scene? Because I used to have some noise even after rendering for maybe like 1 hour, 30 minutes or 2 hours, mostly. What noise level can we use to have reduced noise? Especially when I use some of my artificial lights.
Okay. See, the thing about Corona is one RAM it star. So to me, I don't really like adding a lot of light in my scene because especially exterior, I don't add a lot of light in my scene. So, but the noise level limit, the lower the noise level limit, the more clearer it is. Like I said, because so I use for my exterior, like I said, I use between 5% to 10%, depends. Because sometimes I can have an exterior that have a lot of trees, stuff like that, and it takes quite longer to render that. So I use 10. Like one of the visualization I did, like I think last month, which is a forest cabin or something like that. There is a lot of trees in that, so I use 10 for that. You get so. Yeah, between 3, if you are still getting more noise, just keep reducing. But the more you reduce the noise limit, the longer it's render. So that's just it. So I don't want to sit and start keep staring at my system for 2 hours. So the lower the noise level, the more clearer it is. So that's just it. And
Okay.
make sure you use for denoising, use Corona high quality. Don't click on any other one. I use Corona high quality to get my yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Is there any other person with questions? Is there anybody? Hello? Was the only basically 1 minute left? Okay.